Hello, welcome to today's Decay. We're celebrating births and beginnings of everything important since the dawn of time, June 23rd edition. 1912, on this day, Alan Turing was born, who was an outcast, and as it turns out, lo and behold, many years later, some of his ideas became, the internet, and it's kind of fascinating to think that from a pooling of resources, concept of like only the rich can get richer and they're the only ones who have access to like books or reading, like if we're talking about like hundreds and hundreds of years ago, and then eventually like higher forms of learning that you can find everything or most things you need to know, whether it's misinformation or not, on the internet. Yeah. Paul Peek, born today, 1937, guitar player for the great Gene Vincent, as well as Escarita. Cut some great sides, and I'm a big Paul Peek fan. Alan Vega, born in 1938, of Suicide, of course, and really kind of fascinating to think, like, you think of the punk movement as like a real youth culture thing, like how the Sex Pistols were like 17 or so when they started, right? But Alan Vega, born 1938, so what does that make him in 78? He's already like 30. He's like, could be their parents. The Cramps, I think, didn't get their start until they were like, I don't even think Lux and Ivy met until like he picked her up on the roadside hitchhiking when they were like 35 years old or something like that. Which is kind of amazing, you know? Like, I guess just like the alienated of all sorts, like connected with each other. I love it. I do. Yeah. What else? Glenn Danzig, born today in 1955. Of course, Misfits. Sam Hain, Danzig. That Power and the Fury 45 that they cut for the Less Than Zero soundtrack might be one of my favorite Glenn Danzig things out there, if you haven't heard that. Glenn Danzig and the Power and Fury Orchestra. It's like, I feel like a direction he could have gone and embraced further, but, you know, went other ways. And Pamela Rook, aka Jordan, born today in 55 as well, who just sadly passed away this year. Inspiration for the entire punk movement, aesthetically speaking, right? I'm not going to explain too much to you about her, but right there at the beginning of the whole Vivienne Westwood Sex Pistols world, and early Adam and the Ants, and so much of her story is documented. Oh, it's a heavy book. It's a heavy book. Here in her biography, Defying Gravity, which if you haven't read, do read. The Sex Pistols miniseries thing was interesting for what it was. I started off hating it and somehow soldiered through, and by the end actually enjoyed it. So not sure if I'm selling it or not, but this is really what I'm trying to stress. This is a fantastic book, so do check it out. And what is the point here? What is the point? All these people, Danzig, Jordan, Alan Vega, I guess to a degree, Alan Turing and Paul Peek, why not, look to escape their own reality and like carve the world into their own likeness. Be that a satanic or cult concept or not, it was still otherworldly, and they didn't see their place in the universe, and so therefore wanted to create it themselves. That's what we're trying to do with these videos, is reminding you that on any given day, that should just be about what you want to define your life by, and not what others cram down your throat. Right? So there you go. I think, be it Danzig, Jordan, Alan Vega, Paul Peek, Alan Turing, we're all in good company here. It's a good day. Another today's Decay.